Are you an event rider, or you just love watching cross country from those helmet cams? Well, today we are going to watch and react to somebody who did a helmet cam for the Kentucky 4-star short cross country course. So I always love these videos because you get to see, I mean, I'm a upper level rider, but I always like watching how horses navigate. It's the best way to walk a course, right? Obviously, that's not how anybody can walk a course. You can't walk it on your horse testing out the jumps. But after the fact, this is the best way to walk a course. So this is the 4-star short cross-country course, and I will, of course, link the original video down below in case you want to watch it without me talking over it the whole time. But this is from, let me make sure I get her name right, Elisa Wallace Eventing. So let's go ahead and watch the 4S cross-country course, and hopefully it goes well. All right.
Thank you.
That was a nice start. When it comes to cross country, the best way to start for cross country is to be able to walk into the box and canter out when they're counting you down, because then your horse doesn't get anxious about the task at hand. These first few fences, always on cross country courses, are going to be gallop fences that get your horse into a nice rhythm. So I don't expect anything super crazy out of these first few fences, but I will say the ground looks kind of smushy. Big table. Nice. Another table. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. It's funny because I can feel when I would be like, all right, time to move up to it. All right. Woo. 1, 2, 3. Good girl.
Good job. Good job, Beatrice. Good girl.
I always love listening to them talk to their horses. All right, some gallop stretches. Yeah. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, right when she said ho, I was like, oh my god, okay, that's either going to be 2 really big strides or, but she slowed down and did 3. All right, so this is always epic. The coffin on the 4S is always epic. Yeah. Yep. 1. Yep. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Good girl, Beatrice. Good girl.
All right, we got some angled houses. 2, 3. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice.
Good job, girl. Good job.
I mean, I know those look complicated, but they're actually relatively straightforward as long as you pick the right line. They get complicated, of course, if you pick the wrong line, you pick too much of an angle. But horses just read them the same way as anything else. You just have to make sure that you hold the line and say, and you know, tell them when to leave the ground, of course. They tend to look a little crazier than they are. My horse would get so distracted by these people. He gets very distracted by people. 2, 3. Nice. I really like her spots to all of these big tables. She does a really good job. And ironically, the open oxer, those for me are a little easier to read, but that was the one where I was like, you know, clenching my butt. Oh, Deli would totally be looking at these people. Yep, gotta go. Yep. Oh, that's nice. 1, 2. Yep. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Well, that was just spot on. And also, it's really nice when they're jumping into the water to have the dry land to land on. I know that, of course, jumping into water is a thing, but I feel like for horses, it's just nice, like, you know, to let them land on the dirt. That was nice. All right, so this is going to be a corner. 1, 2. Yep. And double corners.
Good girl.
And she says good girl because that was a good girl. that was a stretch. Mark of a good cross-country horse, though. Why? Oh my gosh. Her eye to these open oxers. It's a little making me clench my butt cheeks. Oh my god, Deli, we get so distracted by that bear. 3, whoop. And 1. Nice.
Good girl. Good girl.
Bit of a gallop here. As you can see, this horse is pretty fit. Of course, can't go to Kentucky and not be fit. All right, big table. Yeah. When she said, whoa, oh my gosh. It's so funny because whenever she says that, you can see the horse kind of surge a little bit. She's like,
Steady here. Good job.
that's steady. It's a good aggression, but 2, 1, 2, yep, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, yeah, that was the right move. Not on 4. That was the right call, horsey. Well, I mean rider too, but you know what I mean. Nice log. Yep. All right, there's a lot of people. Oh, I was looking at the consequence signs thinking that was the fence. All right, we are jumping the dog. The terriers. 2, 3. Nice. Oh, turning. Yeah. It's cross country. You got to get it done.
Good job, Beatrice.
And at the end of the day, even though she approached it from the side, she approached it from a flat edge and said, nice, that was a nice spot. But she approached it from a flat edge and said, here's the line, go. And horses, especially horses with this level of experience, that's a reasonable question to ask. Obviously, that turn did not go as she, I know she didn't walk it and say, now I'm going to miss this turn and come back to it at a severe angle. But the reality is that as long as you get through the flags, that's the mission. And that's kind of why, like, we're considered the cowboys of English riding, but, you know, I like it this way. Nice. 1, 2. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was perfect. That was right out of stride. All right. Yep. 3, 4. Yep. It's funny, those big ditchy open thingies on the bottom, they can get really like distracted and look down, and you could tell she did, but that she was still willing to like go. Well, that was a fun ride, and thank you to Elisa Wallace for posting her, and sorry if I'm saying your name wrong, but thank you for posting your ride, because it's a fun way to live vicariously. It's always been a goal of mine to get to Kentucky and do the 4S, so it's definitely on my list of things to do. So that was really fun, and thank you for having such a good ride, because when we're going along with you, it's a lot better when we're not reacting to oh shit moments. But that's an amazing horse, and you really do have a horse for the future. So congratulations. Now, of course, you and me at home, we are just trying to get better day by day, skill by skill. So if you are looking to improve on your riding and just test how you're doing when it comes to balance, flexibility, and testing out your aids, these are 10 tests that you can do without your trainer, just on your own, just to see how you stack up. These are tests that, not that you shouldn't pass, but but it's okay if you fail, because all it really does is tell you what you need to work on, because we are all just works in progress. So if you want to take the 10 tests to improve your riding, then just click on this playlist right here, and I'll see you on the next one.
Yeah.